Another big day of NBA basketball at the bubble. The San Antonio Spurs get a big win over the Jazz. The Memphis Grizzlies win their first game in the bubble over the Thunder. The Nets with another win over the Sacramento Kings. 76ers crawl back in the fourth quarter to beat the Magic. The Pelicans beat the Wizards. And the Boston Celtics beat the Toronto Raptors. Let's get into some more detail right now. And for the first game of the day, it's the San Antonio Spurs taking down the Utah Jazz 119 to 111. Derek White finished his game with 24 points. Rudy Gay had 14 off the bench, and Jacob Poeltl had 19 points and 10 boards. DeRozan only 13 today. For the Jazz, it was Jordan Clarkson with 24. Gobert and Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell and Royce O'Neal were all out. So the Jazz were very depleted on the injuries. With this win, though, the Spurs moved to only one game back of the 9-seeded Blazers, 2 games back of the 8-seeded Grizzlies. So this is a big win for the San Antonio Spurs. Their next game, is against the Pelicans on Sunday. Clearly a big one for both those teams, as you see him going out with injury there. And yeah, this was a big win for San Antonio. Of course, Derek White about to knock down that 3. Bang, that was pretty much the dagger. And yeah, let's move on to the next game. And for the next game, it's the Grizzlies winning their first game here in the bubble, 121 to 92 over the Thunder. Big win over a very good team. Dylan Brooks had 22 points. Ja finished with 19 points, 9 assists. Valanciunas with 19 points and 11 assists. This was clearly a big win. Keeps them in the 8th seed. They're now a game ahead of the 9-seeded Blazers, which is huge. And they're guaranteed at this point, pretty much getting guaranteed for the play-in tournament. I think they need one more win, and then they're guaranteed. But most likely they're going to get the 8 or the 9 seed and have that play-in tournament in the West, where they will have to win 1 or 2 games depending on their seed. But yeah, Grizzlies, obviously they lost Jaren Jackson Jr., which was a big loss, but let's see how they can recoup and win. Their next game is on Sunday against the Raptors, which is a hard game, of course. But this is a big one over the Thunder, who are the 6th seed. They dropped from this game. They're half a game back from the 5 seed. But yeah, that will do it. Let's get to the next game. For the next game, it's the Brooklyn Nets taking down the Sacramento Kings big time, 119 to 106. Jarrett Allen had 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists, near triple-double for him. Joe Harris with 21 and Karis LeVert with 22. This was a big win for the Nets. They're now 1.5 games up into the 7th seed, trying to not play the Bucks. They do play the Magic, who are the 8th seed, on Monday, so that game will probably tell who gets that seed. But this was a bad loss for the Kings, because now they're effectively done for the playoffs. They're 2.5 games back from the 9th seed, and they only have 3 more games. So they'd have to win out, and the other teams would have to lose out, which probably won't happen. So the Kings season is most likely over at this point. But, they got some experience from playing in the bubble. De'Aaron Fox has been playing well. He had 21 today. Same with Bogdanovich. He had 27. But like I said, they're just done for the season. They didn't play well in the bubble like they did in the regular season. And, well, that proves too much for these other teams, as they're just going to get their work done against the Kings, who don't really play much defense. So yeah, let's just get to the next game. And for the Orlando Magic versus 76ers, it's the 76ers coming back. They were losing most of the game up until the fourth quarter, where they came back, outscored the Magic by 9. Joel Embiid had 23 points, 13 rebounds. Alec Burks with 22. Tobias Harris with 23 points, 15 boards. And Al Horford with 21 points, 9 rebounds. No Ben Simmons tonight for the 76ers, but they got it done against the Aaron Gordon, Michael Carter-Williams, Jonathan Isaac, Orlando Magic. Vucevic had 21 points, 12 rebounds. Fournier had 22, and DJ had 16. DJ Augustine. Terrence Ross was 0 of 10 off the bench. He normally is giving them at least 15 points a game, so tough shooting night for him. This ties the 76ers with the Pacers for the 5th seed. Hopefully the Pacers get it so we can see TJ Warren versus Jimmy Butler, but we'll see how it plays out. The Magic are now a game and a half back from that 7th seed, so they don't have to play the Bucks. But if they do play the Nets on Monday, so if they can win that, maybe they can get into the 7th seed. As you see, a 5-second violation forced here by the 76ers defense. Good defense from them, but the late run from the Magic, as Vucevic is about to hit a 3-pointer here, is just not enough to give them the win. 76ers are going to hold on and win this one by 7 points. And with the loss here to the Pelicans, the Wizards officially cannot make the playoffs. The Magic and Nets have both clinched their spot. Wizards are too far back. For this game, Zion Williamson sat. Drew Holiday dropped 28 points, and Brandon Ingram had 17. JJ Redick with 15. Big win for the Pelicans here, as now they're still in the playoff hunt. They are only 1.5 games back from the 9 seed, 2.5 from the 8 seed. Let's see if they can still have a chance to slide into the 9 seed. Probably not, but you never know. Let's be honest, it's the NBA. Things just happen that are unexpected. But a big win here against the very, very, very G League-like Washington Wizards without Bradley Beal, John Wall, and Bertans, of course. But yeah, the Wizards are now 0-5 in the bubble and cannot make the playoffs. Let's get to the final game of the day.